Good morning, is it from Sister's Lab? Well, thank you to all my friends. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for letting me know who you are and how you are and how your art journey is going and how your life is unfolding. It's awesome. So one of you asked me to please show how I created a Protea, one flower, with my pastels. How I printed the pastel thing on my with my Gelli Plate. Well, so first of all, you just draw a flower, whatever you want to draw, you draw it on a piece of paper. I did that. I used my crayons, not crayons, pastels, soft pastels. It's like chalk, you know. So you just draw a picture, think like a child, just go for it, and you draw it onto. This is just the base. This is how I started that. Where are they now? I even lost my Gelli Plate in the chaos this morning, so I am all over the place. And this is the one I used. This is the drawing that I did. Way too big because my Gelli Plate is only half an A4 size. So I had to print it halfway. And in order to get, I don't know where they are, all the artworks I did from this one drawing. That was my starting point, and I had everything wonderfully sorted out and put it all here. Oh, there they are. So once again, my day did not turn out as planned. This morning about 7 o'clock, I got up, made us some coffee, and took, there was a knock on the door. So I went down, there my garden man was standing. He decided to come on a Monday, that's a Monday today, not on a Tuesday. So immediately I had a decision to make, a choice. Will I be upset, frustrated, or will I just say, come in, welcome, let's do this. This is it. You're now here. Let's do it. So I told him to come in, and we were cutting down trees at the back for the whole morning. So my day turned out different than I planned, but perfect, because this is how it's supposed to be. Otherwise, he wouldn't have rocked up. So I am learning to be content in every situation. And then I read the following. I also wrote it down in my sketchbook. To be okay with what is, which is the simplicity of the moment, is the beginning of change. Isn't it awesome? To be okay with what is, which is the simplicity of this moment. And when you're okay with the simplicity of this moment, it's the beginning of change. Change in you to becoming more and more at ease, at peace with what is happening in your life. Instead of always trying to fight and force situations to turn out my way, I'm learning to let it go and just be content with what is happening, because that's, to me, even on earth. Well, so here I found them. These are all my prints that came from this one. So once again, that was just the base, and they were unfolding, and I was just putting more. Now this is two new ones, and I was just playing and just putting different colors on and just going with the flow of what was happening. And at the end, I got all of these beautiful artworks, blown away by the difference. You see, if I was still in my own old way, I would have continued. This would have been my painting, and I would have done the background, and I would have applied more and more acrylics. And yes, it would have been beautiful, but it would have been what I thought it's gonna be. These things are just unfolding and becoming what I have absolutely no idea. It's like getting a child. You have no idea how it's going to develop, and what's going to happen. So that's awesome. So before everything, let's print this on just a white background. So you take this, you press it onto your Gelli Plate, and you rub. You really, really rub. So I haven't prepared any bottom layers yet. I'm now just jumping in. So I am just once again taking my time, just pressing it onto the Gelli Plate. And there you have it. This is the paper. All the loose things are now off. You can see. Wonderful. Actually so fun. And look at this. This is actually very, very beautiful. Oh my goodness. Soft colors. So some paper. This is actually, I found this, I don't know how old this book is. It was drawing paper. I think it's from my uncle. He moved on 20 years ago, and he was an artist. Actually a piano player. That's an awesome story. But I also tried that, and then after a couple of years, my music instructor said, please, Izette, tell your mom she must stop sending you because you're just wasting her money and my time. Oh, and I was glad, because music, I love music, but piano and practicing, and it was just not for me. So here I go. Let's see what's gonna happen. As I say, you that have been on my last 10-day journey of the Gelli Plate, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just playing, and one thing leads to the next, and I am loving it. You see, that's why I said I wanted to show, because she thought this is my, it's only, this is how it comes out. You see, this is very wishy-washy. And I think that was also how these started. So what did I do then? You see, now I actually needed some bottom, some base coats that I don't have, because I don't want to mess this up now. So I'm just going to continue. So what I did to get these was I first made some backgrounds that I didn't do now. You see, I did some backgrounds. And then I painted the flowers on. So blah, 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 that's not working. So then I took my palette knife and my paints, and I just painted loosely onto this, cleaning all my stuff into my sketchbook. So I am getting some reds and pinks, not thinking think like a child, so you just keep going. So I don't have any art things. I'm actually did my degree in physical education, became a PT teacher, loved sport. So, and then I only started my art journey about 20 years ago. But I must say I was always very creative, always making things, creating things. So then I just, the same uncle of mine, he sent me some money once, and I told my husband, you know what, I want to do something with it. I don't want to just throw it into the bottomless pit, you know. And then he said, why don't you go for art classes? I said, but I really don't want to work with little things and drawings and take me hours. I just want to work with my hands and glue things and play with lots of inks and things. And I actually had a friend in the past, and she did courses with this, doing this. So guess what? That's how life is. Isn't it exciting? So her husband said, ask her. I said, but I haven't seen her in years, and oh, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't actually do anything. And then that Saturday, same week, we went to a dinner party, somebody's birthday. Guess what? There Helensha was. So husband immediately said, Helensha, Izette wants to paint. Will you help her or something? Yes, I'd love to, she said, and she told me what to get. Canvases, paints, and she came the weekend and we painted and created 3 huge canvases. You know, lots of paints, used our hands, lots of techniques. That developed also in the art workshops that I am giving at this stage. So here you can see I am just applying more and more more colors. The more colors you have, the more beautiful. So I'm actually painting on this thing. Let's get different greens for the stem. So then all of a sudden the person that helped her with her workshops, he decided no, he's not interested anymore. So she asked me, he said, would you like to help? I said, of course, yes, please. So I started helping her and we just clicked. It was just so easy and awesome for me. I am now applying a little bit of white there in the middle. So I say, I am doing this wrong. This is this is not actually what I did with the other one, but this is how I made my flowers, and I'm just gonna go for this and show you. Okay, so I'm taking my flower once again, and then I'm just gonna press it. Now you see, I haven't even make some marks to be sure that I put the first layer onto the second layer in the right places. Oh boy, look at this. That's why I say, look at this. I was just joking around and it still is beautiful. So I am gonna, wait, let me see. I'm gonna make this a little bit wet. Then I am going, let's see how this is gonna work. I'm just applying some yellow around it. This is a leaf. I am just going to use the leaf to just press around this flower of mine. If I go over it, it's fine because I'm having a plan here. I am having a plan. So I am now just applying with the leaf. I'm just going to press here and there with the leaf. Just making some marks. Oh goodness, there comes a beautiful leaf mark. You see what I'm saying? And this is what this is becoming to me. It's just developing. Now I am doing my flower over again. Going over the background with my flower, using my palette knife. Not thinking, I'm like a child, I'm just playing, enjoying creating. Take some green again for the leaves. I still have pink on my thing as well. Why not? A little bit here and there. So now I'm just making leaves. A little bit of green there. A little bit of, let's go for this shiny white. Just here and there on the leaves, inside there. Remember, it's layer upon layer for me, these things. Right, let's see. So this is it. I am going over this one again. Kind of lining it up to the best of my ability. Because I'm not the measuring type. And let's see. My goodness. There, look at it. Look at it. It cannot be easier. So if you do the background first, that's much easier than what I'm doing now. So I am applying more water. And I am just gonna, look at this, look at this. This is an old drawing that I did, blind. I think you've blind. I'm gonna go over this with this. Why not? Let's see. Using what you have to create what you love. Oh my goodness. Now look at the marks there at the back. So this one I will now cut. I will cut this out. I won't use this and then put it in a frame. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? Love it. So this is how you create. So the pastels is really only to get your painting, drawing onto the Gelli Plate so that you can see where to draw your flower. Something like that. So what I can also do now is wait for this to dry. And then add another color on, wait for it, and then pull it off. But once again, I've realized, sorry to say, I don't like the drying part. And I'm also struggling to get light colors onto this thing because it's a handmade Gelli Plate. So I saw another woman on YouTube. She mixes her stuff on the side, and then you get your right color here, and then very lightly you can go over. So I'm going to go very lightly over just to get something going here. some bubble wrap. I've even got this thing. I'm just going to press, making marks. So this most probably will be a background for something else. So I'm gonna use another piece of paper. And just making, my goodness, I'm blown away. Look at that. It's just beautiful. I'm not going to do anything with this. I mean, anything more. Look at the beautiful, the bubble wrap, the marks of that other thing. There's the marks of the other thing. So once again, the same flower is producing all of these different things. It's just magic. I tell you, it's just magic. So these I've made without a background. This is a first. So I've started with my flower first, and then I did the background. So you can also do that. And then it becomes a little bit different. So this is, I'm gonna wet this, really wet it. And then I'm just gonna pull off another print. And just, you can see it's really wet. And it's on ordinary printing paper. So not very good paper. But once again, you can use this as a background and do other flowers on, because that is actually what happened. Well, like before I show you what happened, I am just gonna add, oh, that is a little bit too much, but just add one color on. Then these things are my absolute favorite. Remember, it's this that I just use to make my landscapes. You just put it on, you just play with them. I'm not thinking, I've got no idea what I'm going to do. So I'm just pressing my thing on. I don't know what not. I'm going to use this again. And then I'm going to, you see this one, if it was better paper, I could use that. But I don't want to, I can't do anything with that actually. So I'm going to take better paper and just press this over. Whoops, two papers. So if you want to become free in your art, this way is the way to go. Look at this, look at that. So once again, underneath all of this is my flower. And it's still coming through, slowly but surely coming through. So I am taking off all of these. Remember the video I made yesterday of the greenery, that I say it's a hammock that I put in a frame. The little painting I made and then put in a frame. I used this. And then the one thing that, then it became either a boat or a hammock, whatever, and it's just gorgeous. So this is how you play. This is how you become free, become like a child. You are excited to see what's coming. So there you can see the white is now more gone because I printed it on, and because I didn't line it up properly also, it became like that. To me, it's beautiful. It's not wrong. Once again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing and just experiencing the freedom of just being, of just being, of just creating, of just being in the moment, okay with being in the moment, okay with whatever develops, whatever unfolds. And that's what life is all about. We need to get to the point, grow to the point where we are okay with whatever is unfolding, because deep down we know it's for our good. That's what it means to walk by faith. You don't have to understand. You just have to go and trust and whatever. So this is how my art journey started, and this is where I am now. I am now loving the Gelli Plate. This is what we did. I mean, this is what we did in 26 minutes. This is, oh, I love this. I wish you could see it and touch it, you know, or just see the different techniques. And look there, those were just leaves. Remember I added the yellow, and then I just pressed a leaf, and that was the second, the second, I don't know, pull. And look there on, this is the first time I did it, it's just onto a thing that had scribbles on. Pencil scribbles. So thank you that I can share my journey with you. So yes, pastels for me is just to get the thing onto paper, your whatever you want to start printing with, and then get it onto the Gelli Plate. And from there, print it, but then it's still on the plate, and then you start to work on the plate with your palette knife and some acrylic paints, and you just keep going. So the difference between this and my yesterday's was, here I first did the background, then I put the this painting on. I did the backgrounds on different papers, then I cleaned my Gelli Plate, then I printed this onto a clean Gelli Plate, and then I printed that onto backgrounds. That's how I did it yesterday. So today I just didn't do the backgrounds first, because that's how I learn, that's how we develop. And once again, this lesson did not ended up as I planned. It just developed. It just became this, and this is good enough. This is what I had to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. And that is the awesomeness of just making peace with your journey of what is happening, and just finding peace and joy in the midst. Love you lots. You said from Zetster's Lab. I already have my idea of a next video.